Hi, I look a mess. It's because I'm on day 2 of being home with a cold. I'm starting to feel better, which is good. One of my jobs is being choir teacher, choir director. I am taking another voice rest day, so I will not be chatting too much with you, but I'm taking advantage of my stay home day today, and I'm going to finish editing my book. I was telling my husband last night I was so pleased with my past self. In my past drafts, I had a scene that was very boring, was just explaining the problem and the solution question of the story, and it was just characters in a room talking about it, which can be a fine solution. However, I think the problem I was having is that all of these characters get along fine. There's no stakes for any of these characters in this scene. Like, literally, the only reason why the characters were in that room was to hear this explanation. There's this whole thing, and so in the draft previous to this, I had added a couple of scenes that then also made this really clunky explanation scene like not fit in the flow because of what I'd added. In the process of adding two characters and a major plot point and a major conflict, my last draft was big. I had fixed this scene by spreading out the explanation between 3 scenes, between several characters, and many of those characters had conflict going on. So we're getting the explanation. The characters are having conflict. Like, it was so much better. I was so proud of past me. Like, oh, you did it. So I'm rather optimistic about saying that I'm going to finish this draft today. My kids are at school. My 3-year-old is with my mom. It is 10:40 a.m. I need to shower at some point. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scenes that need to be edited. I have one scene that is in the beginning of the book that I'm not sure fits, and I'm not sure if I'm keeping it, so I have to fix that. I also have to go back in and put, I think they're called epigraphs. That's the word that's coming to me, so we're going to roll with it. I have to put epigraphs at the beginning of all of these chapters. So when I say scene, for me, a scene is a chapter because they're about, again, 2,000 words long, which to me feels like a good chapter. That's just my flow and my vibe. It's really good. And I know, like this scene I'm about to edit right here, I have edited and rewritten it several times. So I know all of the main points that are here need to stay. More of a make sure it flows well, make sure all that kind of thing. It's not really a edit. It's not like an intense edit. It's more like a revision, like just zhuzhing it up and making sure it's all nice. And my voice is getting weak already, so I need to stop talking. So let's see how far we get in the next hour. Let's shut up a minute. I've probably mentioned this before, but I am writing this first book of mine is a time travel novel. It's called The Time Traveler's Hotel. I've probably said that a billion times. In this scene, we are going back in time to explore and explain why the plot is happening. this this is it. This is the big thing. This is where we find out why everyone's hunting this girl. This is why we find out where this is kind of when my main character Matt figures it all out and is like, "Oh, this is why." And I need to make sure that he actually says it out loud. I don't know if anybody else has this pet peeve, but my personal pet peeve when reading a story is when a author never says the thing. Conversely, I don't like it when they repeatedly say the thing out loud, like over and over again. And it's like, we know. But it really, 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 really bothers me. It really bothers me when writers just vaguely dance around what it is. Hint, hint, wink, wink, but they never actually say the thing out loud. That really bothers me. And I know they're trying, like, I understand the thought process of like, trust your audience and trust your reader that they have figured it out, but you have to say it. Like, you're writing. It's not like TV or movies where they don't have to say it out loud, they can just show you. You can't do that when your medium is words. You have to say the words. You don't have to say it over and over and over again. You can literally just say it one time, and that will be enough. And that often is enough for the like hint and wink wink like thing you're going for. Just saying it one time in passing. And how do I know that? I know that because I've read way too many mystery novels, and so many mystery novels hinge on that one thing you mentioned one time is the key to the whole caboodle. Like, but you have to mention it. You have to say it out loud. You can't just be like, oh, and I couldn't say what I thought and what everyone already knew. Tell us, what is it? What is like, tell us. So I have to make sure I'm not doing that in this scene for sure, because it feels really like obvious to me, but it's in my head, so of course it's obvious to me. Ugh. Back at it. Oh. See, see, this is why you say the thing out loud. You say the thing out loud. You don't be all like, oh, don't dodge it. Say it out loud because it's worse. Like, it just, saying it out loud makes it even more gut wrenching. Like, I know. It feels like not saying it is gonna be more of a gut punch because, like, and I know. So, but no, saying it out loud, like on the page, clearly is more of a gut punch. I know you, I know. You believe, and I believe, we all believe our readers are smart. That's the whole point where we're writing it, because, like, yes. And we don't want to over explain because we've all been there and over explaining, and it's maddening to be over explained to, okay? Yes. But you need to say it out loud. It just hits harder, and it's like, ugh. Okay, just the hill I'm dying on today. All right, one chapter done, and it is 11:10. I'm gonna do one more chapter before I go shower because my 3-year-old might be home in like an hour and a half. We'll see. I'm gonna edit this chapter first. I returned with food. I have a delicious medley of strange things, but I like all of them, and they're pretty good together, so works for me. I'm gonna watch some YouTube, I'll have some lunch, and then probably write some more. It's a few days, so I wanted to kick off this vlog now. If there's weird noise in the back, it's because I'm looking out my window, and it has been beautiful and sunny all morning, and I'm looking out my window, and I just see, like, massive gray clouds just, like, slowly coming towards me. It's not depressing. Where I live, rain is good. Rain is rare. Not rare, but, like, we always need it. It's one of those situations where, like, we always need rain. We've just had a storm, and today was, like, our first break from the storm. And now I see more clouds coming, and I'm like, huh. Okay. But makes for good writing weather. I finished my lunch, and I have time to finish editing. I have 4 chapters before the end, and then that beginning scene I have to figure out what I'm doing with. The last scene, however, may need to be rewritten. The last scene and the epilogue are new per the last draft. Like, I wrote them for the first time in my last draft, so they may need some work. But this scene I'm doing right now is an oldie but a goodie, and so I think this one will be okay. Oh, the last 3 scenes. So we got this scene. I keep saying scene. I really mean chapter. Because again, well, this one that I'm about to do is over 3,000 words. It just doesn't have a good, like, break point for me to split it into 2 chapters, really. Maybe it does, and I'll find it, which would be nice because 3,000 is a lot compared to my other scene chapters. Anyways, I need to edit or I'll run out of time. Okay, we're gonna finish. Ugh, I'm all, like, nervous. I'm gonna finish this thing. I'm nervous. I have a spelling mistake. Oh, I gotta fix it. Okay, fix it. Have you ever heard of a crutch word? It's a word you use when you don't know what else to say, or it's a word you accidentally use and you don't realize you use it all the time until you do something like, oh, I don't know, edit the entire book, and you find you have many crutch words that you use over and over and over and over again. Oh my god. I have 2 crutch words. As, and it'll be like, as so and so walked up, they did a thing. It's always like a transition action. As, that's how I use it. That's, like, the way I use it. And usually to fix it, I just remove the whole, like, phrase before or after the as, or I have to rewrite the whole sentence and, like, move all the phrases around. I must have been writing, like, stream of consciousness rather than actually thinking what I'm saying, and therefore the as was just, like, a conjunction I needed to put all these things together and, like, give me the picture, because I think in pictures very, like, cinematically in my head. So in my head I'm seeing, like, shot for shot what's happening, and so I'm describing that, but, like, that's not how books work. So my other crutch word is just, and it's a filler word. I use it just to fill the space, because the problem is when I'm drafting, it feels like I'm using the word just as emphasis to make my point, but I'm not. It's just filler. But this is why we edit. We fix all of our boo-boos. Yes, that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm halfway through this chunky scene, but, like, everything has to be here. It just feels really tedious to me. It's a me problem. It's fine. Finish the scene. Finish the scene. Do the work. Do the work. I have to pick up my kids in an hour, and I need to not look at a screen for a little bit. So, I'm going to stop. So let's see. What do we have left to do? I have the short, punchy scene that's only been written once. So it's going to need a a real healthy once over. And then I have the next scene it needs a look over, but I think all of its like plot points are there and that's fine. And then we have the epilogue, which just needs to be cohesive. And I have to make sure it doesn't get too big because the epilogue kind of opens up to other stories that are coming that aren't quite written yet, but that are living in my head. So I have to make sure it doesn't get too big too fast because it is an ending. It needs to be an ending. And then we have that beginning scene to review. So technically, I have 3 scenes that need to be edited, 3 chapters. They're smallish chapters, scenes. And then 1 that needs some serious consideration. And then the epigraphs. And then this thing is done. That's takes me about an hour to do each chapter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Epigraphs, I think, will probably take me at least 1 or 2 hours. So this is a 5 or 6 hour deal, and then we're done. Yikes on bikes. Yeah, I'll touch base back. I will get back. I'm really tired. No more words for me. I need to do something else. So I'm gonna probably finish Brielle's YouTube video from today and do some crochet while I do that. And then go pick up my kids. I might go to Trader Joe's first. One of those. I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm so glad I took another rest day because my voice is very, it still feels very thin and small and tired. So I'm glad I took a day off. I'll see you next time I write and let you know how it's going. Good evening. It is evening now. I need to light my candles. Be right back. There we go. Ignore the cord. Just ignore that. About 8 o'clock. I'm going to try and get some more writing done because I'm so close. I also have water heating up in the kitchen for some tea because obviously we're going to have tea. I have approximately 4,000 words left in this book. That's kind of nuts. I'm having self-doubt. The doubts are coming. It's not even doubts. It's just questioning about, is it good enough? Because everything in me says no. There might be a very, very small part of me saying, yes, it's fine. You've done a lot of work on it. I think it's just the coming to the end and not feeling adequate enough. You're over here. Hello. I'm getting to the end of this book and I'm having many doubts and many thoughts and I want tea. So I'm going to go get tea. I'll be right back. Let me see that. It's really cool. Anyways, I'm going to set that over there. That's what this is right here. In case you're wondering, that's the steam from my tea. So yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, I'm getting to the end of my book and I'm having so many doubts about whether this book is good enough. I know that it will never reach the point of being good. I will always think of things that could have been better or that I could change or I could fix. I will always think of things because even though I have only ever written one other book, which was a train wreck, that one's a train wreck and that one's not coming. It's staying in the trunk forever. Although characters from it appear all the time. Anyways, that's beside the point. Even though I have only written one other book, I have done other creative endeavors where I've finished a thing, most specifically performing and singing in musicals and plays and things like that I've done in my life. And I was never satisfied with the performance of those either. I enjoyed them and they were good and I remember feeling proud of them and yes, this was good, but I always saw flaws and I always was really critical of myself in ways I could be better and be different and change it and all that I'll change my performance and do something different. And I never performed anything the same way twice because of that. And I don't know if that was a good thing. I don't know if that's a good trait to have. I don't think I will ever feel like this book is perfect and ready and flawless. I don't think I will ever feel that way, and I'm okay with that. I think I need to be okay with like it fitting the vision and fitting inside the box I've made for it, even though the box I've made for it in my head is too big. On that note, I'm going to do a little editing because that's what we're doing in this vlog, is editing the end of this book. Okay day? Okay day. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay. So I was in Cody's stream earlier today, and this line is, I'm real proud of this line, I gotta say. Here's the line. You used my gift well, I must admit, but why? She stepped towards Matt so that he could feel her breathing down on him. Why did you have to take her from me? Silamine's fury broke into a whisper. I can't tell you anymore because it's the ending. So, just like, but why did you take her? Like, these are not the words of a lover. I'm editing this section right now, so I am trying to get the rest of it to be as fire as that line. That line's great. I'm like, okay, well, is the rest of it as good? Let's zhuzh it up. Let's do it. Another chapter down. Here we are. This technically, I am like trying not to have so much anxiety about this. I am now technically on the last chapter. After this, there's the epilogue, and then I have to go back and input the epigraphs and see if this beginning chapter fits. And then it's done. Holy cow. Oh my god. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Final chapter. It's done. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm on a roll, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going and just keep doing the work, okay? We're not gonna think about it. We're not gonna freak out. We're just gonna keep doing the work. I'm not gonna cry. It's done. Oh my gosh. It is ready for someone else's eyeballs to be on it. I don't know what that looks like. What's so overwhelming about this is that I started this book 5 years ago. I started this book 5.5 years ago. Like we're coming up on 6 years ago. I've talked about this before in other places, but like, ooh, this book has been a long time coming, and I'm like ready to move on from it, but also like not, because it's something I've been like tinkering with and working on for 5 years. It's really hard to like stop doing that. But I will say this book, to reflect on it real quick. This book also made me realize how much I love this genre. I like my stories to all reference one another and talk to each other. So even though this is technically the second book I've written, I have pulled from other stories that I never finished from my first book that will never see the light of day. Like all of my stories that come out of my head are all in the same universe. Take that with a grain of salt. I need to wrap up this vlog. Thank you for joining me for this cozy writing day where I finished the dang book. I finished it. Thank you for joining me. Holy cow. Let's do that again. Let's do it again. Maybe not finish a book like next time, but like maybe start a book. We'll start something new next time. That'd be delightful. And I would love to publish this book in 2026. I'm just going to say it out loud. I would love to publish The Time Traveler's Hotel in 2026. Okay, cool. That sounds insane. Okay, bye. Love you. Bye.